All right, NHL fans. Now that the playoffs for the first round are set, all set for one matchup, but the teams are set. Who's playing who? Just one has set to who's going to be the home, who's going to have home ice advantage. I already did my NHL playoff prediction review for the teams I thought would make the playoffs out of the East and West already yesterday. As you see in that, I went 5-3 in the East, 6-2 in the West for a total of 11-5 overall. For a total of 11-5 overall between the two conferences. So this will be my round one predictions for that. This will now be my round one. This will now be my 2026. This will now be my 2025-2026 NHL playoff round one predictions. I'm going to do something I didn't do last year. Last year, I did, like with NBA, I did a prediction for who I thought would win the series and how many games I thought the series would go. I did not do very well in that as far as how many I thought the series would go. I'm going to do it anyway for hockey, just for fun. But to recap, these are the 8 teams that made it for the East and 8 teams that made it for West. I'm going to start in the East. I'm a Blackhawks fan, so I'm always going to do the West last. So starting in the East, these are the 8 teams that made it. We got Vegas. We got Vegas, Utah, Edmonton, and Anaheim. Then we got Carolina, Ottawa, Pittsburgh, and Philly. Them are the 8 teams that made it in the East. Now let's go to the West. In the West, we got Colorado. In the West, we got Colorado, Dallas, LA, Minnesota. Then we got Buffalo, Boston, Tampa Bay, and Montreal. So them are your 8 teams in the East and your 8 teams in the West. Let's get into the matchups. Starting in the East, we got Vegas and Utah. I am going with Vegas. I'm going with Vegas to win this in 6. Then we got Anaheim and Edmonton. I am going with Anaheim. Or I'm going with Edmonton. I'm going with Edmonton over Anaheim in 6. Then we got Carolina and Ottawa. I am going with Carolina over Ottawa in 7. And then we got the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers, going with the Pitt Penguins in 5. Now let's move to the West. Starting in the West, starting with the Colorado Avalanche and LA Kings, I'm going with the Colorado Avalanche in 4. I'm going with the Colorado Avalanche over the Kings in 5. And then we got Minnesota and the Dallas Stars. I'm going with, you know what? I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wild over the Dallas Stars in 5. And then we got Buffalo and Boston. I'm going to go with Buffalo in 6. And then we got the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 7. Them are your first round matchups for the East and West and my predictions for it. Y'all enjoy the first round of the playoffs. But yeah, I'm going to be pulling for Utah Mammoths because in their second year, it'd be really cool to see them win the Stanley Cup. But yeah, y'all enjoy the playoffs for the NHL. Let's go.